Hi guys, welcome back. But today we're gonna look at Reddit. Am I the a-hole? Basically, it's just a subreddit where people post like their situations in their life and they ask the audience whether or not they're the a-hole. And I feel like it's a lost art, so we have to do it. Like we have to bring it back, you know? So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we have them here. It wasn't letting me get in at first. But now we're in. So, am I the a-hole for making a pregnant woman get out of an elevator? I, 36 female, was waiting to get to the elevator to go on floor number 4. There were other people with me. When the elevator came, all the people outside were in the front of the elevator, but I could see that there was space in the back. So I asked if they could move back in order for the rest of us to get in. They refused. They said they couldn't do it, so then I said, "Don't worry, I'll go in the back." And then I moved and went to the back. When the elevator door closed, the pregnant lady looked at me and said, "We don't want any more people in here because we're afraid that we're gonna get sick." And I responded to her, "This is an elevator. I'm not gonna wait 5 to 10 minutes for another one." She responded that there are escalators, and I told her, "Well, you can also use the escalators." She replied that she's pregnant. 9 months, and then again, I said, "This is a public space. This is an elevator." In the next floor, she went out, and she said aloud to the other people, "Well, we're gonna go out because they're rude people, worse than animals. So I'm asking you, am I the a-hole for getting in the elevator, making the pregnant woman uncomfortable?" For clarification purposes, I was at the first, it says -1, floor -1. Wow. And the elevators in this mall can take over 5 minutes to come. You cannot use the escalators to go directly on floor because they have them positioned in different points through the mall in each floor. The elevator wasn't packed, and if people had moved, 2 more people could easily get in. There was no touching of each other. And a few more clarifications I already put in the comments. The elevator fits 16 people. When we got in, inside was a couple with a buggy, the pregnant woman and her husband, 2 people and a small dog. I'm not counting the dog. When they refused to move back so I can get in, I said, "Okay, I'll go to the back." And the pregnant woman and her husband moved slightly so I can pass, and they remained in their spot. I went right back corner of the elevator that was empty before with 20 centimeters of space around me. It was only one pregnant woman. I'm not sick, and I don't look sick. You're not the a-hole. I feel like, especially if I've had like a bad day, I wouldn't put up with her too. I just feel like you said it can fit 16 people. When I counted less than 10. She could have easily moved to the back. Wait, I'm confused. 16 people. If you say 16 people, does it mean like all 16 people are like close and like shoulder to shoulder with every single one of the 16 people, or like 16 people and there's still like comfortable space? Because I think I counted like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I counted like 8, 9, or no, that's not 8, that's 7. I think I counted 7, 8, including the dog. And you said if 2 more people could easily get in. So, no, you're not, because there was no need. Why did she even come up to you in the first place? What on earth? Because we're afraid we're gonna get sick. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone getting sick in an elevator. Unless obviously someone's like hacking and coughing. But like, that's different. I feel like, yeah, you were not. Because I don't understand, like, this doesn't make sense to me, like, at all. It's not. But yeah, you're definitely not. I feel like she's just wilding. Like, she's not really, like, making sense. Like, the whole time I was reading this, I feel like nothing that was coming out of my mouth made sense. Because why was she even coming up to you in the first place? You, of all people. Why not the dog? Like, let's not do that. Am I the a-hole for refusing to appear in an apology video? Okay. A week ago, a neighbor, 16, unintentionally scratched my car with her bike. She immediately stopped, started crying, and called her mom for assistance. Scratch appeared worse than it actually was in the store. It was simply polished Scratch appeared worse than it was, and in store, it was simply polished away for a small amount. Since it was an accident, a very minor one, I didn't charge the girl or her mom. When she apologized, I told her it was alright and I advised her to be extra cautious next time, especially around cars. A few days later, her mother wrote that her daughter still feels bad about it and wishes to offer a more sincere apology. I wrote that everything is good and I don't have any problems with them. She said that they would only deliver a cake as a small active piece. I agreed and I thought, okay, that'd be sweet. When they arrived, the girl was holding a cake box in her hand and her mother had a phone. The girl began muttering about taking responsibility and putting things right, but it appeared as though she wanted the earth to engulf her. Then her mom quietly said, "Now give him the cake and ask if he accepts your apology." I looked at her again and asked if this was being filmed. Her mother said that she wanted to make a video as it serves an excellent illustration of how young people can take responsibility for their actions. She said she could hide my face, but she needed a video me accepting apology from her daughter. I took the cake and told the girl that everything was okay between us and that I had already accepted her apology that day. Then I turned to her mom and said I don't want to be part of the video. She started arguing with me, said that I could have just let her finish properly, but in the end I just went home. Were you not already home? Okay, anyways. Girl's mom was upset with me and now doesn't even say hello when she sees me for the sake of good neighbor relations. Perhaps I could have waited 30 seconds, but I don't like how a simple apology was transformed into a scene. Girl really seems uncomfortable. I was filmed without my permission, and I might have looked after it was published as someone who demands apologies from kids. Am I the a-hole? No. No. I feel like, okay, I did choose this video because I thought it was funny. I thought of like the Miranda Sings apology video, whatever. But I honestly, no. First of all, they're recording you without your permission. I did like how she offered to blur his face, but like still, I feel like it's not necessary. Like, as you said, like throughout the whole thing, like you were clearly done with this. Like you were done. You didn't want anything to do with this. Like, yeah, she scratched her car with her bike. You went to the store, you paid a few bucks to get it fixed, and you were over it. Like, it should have been done and dusted, swept under the rug. But they just kept pushing and pushing, which is weird because like you're the one who's at fault. Why do you keep pushing to make it better after I've already expressed that it's a-okay? That part doesn't make sense to me because it's like, whoa, you're bugging. But you are not. You just don't want to, like, I get it. You don't want to be filmed without your permission. Like, I wouldn't want to be filmed either, so. Okay. Am I the a-hole for not celebrating my friend's birthday because we never celebrate mine? Okay. So I unfortunately happen to be one of those unlucky people born in December 19th. So last time I even had a birthday party was when I was 12. With time, I kind of started to understand people who didn't really want to celebrate a birthday near Christmas. And I was fine with that. For the last few years, my birthday celebration was just me and my parents. My friends would say that we would celebrate it later when we were together, maybe on New Year's. But then at New Year's, since there's a lot of people, I always just get a simple happy late birthday. Wow, thanks. The thing is, I don't want a big party. I just want to go out for a drink with my friends, and I made it pretty clear. Also, there's just 4 of us, so it's not like it's hard to meet up. We live in the same city. In May, it was my friend's birthday. She said that there would be a party on her birthday since it was a weekend. Sometime later, she says it's a week later because she's combining her birthday with another person. So I declined because I already had plans. She got very pissy. Why would I make plans for her birthday? I tried to explain, but she wouldn't listen. Oh, she got very pissy why I would make plans for her birthday. I tried to explain, but she wouldn't listen. Then I just kind of told her that you never celebrate mine. Why would I celebrate yours? Which is out of anger, but truth, nevertheless. She and my other friends got defensive. It's Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Then my other friend had a birthday, and I politely declined, this time because she too didn't say anything about my birthday and defended our other friends, saying no one really cares about December birthdays, you know that. Now all my friends are angry or just annoyed because I keep declining because of this stupid reason. Am I the a-hole? I know this might sound juvenile, but I'm a little tired of celebrating people, but never being celebrated. We've been friends for 14 years, and yes, I'm the one who plans my birthday. I don't expect them to. You're not the a-hole. And I see myself in you. Because I feel like I'd get mad too if I had a birthday. And my friends told me that no one really cares. My birthday's in February. If I had a birthday and my friends told me, no one really cares about February birthdays. I'd be pretty mad too. I'd be like, that's actually friendship ending worthy. I don't care if it sounds juvenile, but that's friendship ending worthy. I just don't see the point in hanging around someone who doesn't even value your birthday. And if they're treating you like this about your birthday, I can't imagine how they treat you about other things, because that's pretty annoying. As someone who's dealt with her own friendship troubles in the past, I feel that would have made me so mad. I would never see them the same way again, and I would miss everyone's birthday too. But on that note, I do think that you're slightly annoying, because if every single birthday of it's a friend group of 4 people, I think. If every single birthday in that friend group, and I said no, because you guys never celebrate mine, or I'd say it, but I know that I'm being annoying. I know that I'm just being petty and silly, but I'm not gonna change until they change. So I feel like props to you. That's an example of a protest. Justice for December birthdays, okay? If no one wants to I've never heard of anyone not wanting to celebrate a December birthday. Everyone who I know who has December birthdays, they always they celebrate it somehow. But yeah, there's that. You're not the a-hole. You are annoying, but I see myself in you. And keep doing what you're doing. Okay, this one says, am I the a-hole for not making my sister my maid of honor? My sister 29 and I 27 are fairly close. We've always been. We grew up sharing a room, telling each other everything and hanging out. Besides the occasional childhood fight, we've never really had any issues until now. My fiance proposed to me about a year and a half ago, and we've been actively planning our wedding for around 10 months. My best friend of 16 years has heavily been involved in the planning and helping me with various wedding projects. My plan all along was to make my friend my maid of honor, but everything went horribly wrong when I announced my bridesmaids. I took all of the girls out to brunch and gave them all gift boxes to surprise them. Everyone was super over the moon except my sister. She seemed very fake happy, in the best way I can describe it. She was slightly passive-aggressive for the rest of the meal, but I didn't take it to heart. Days go by and we meet up for coffee at this shop near my work. She continues to give off this weird vibe, and I finally ask her what's up. She started to completely go off on me about how close we are, and how she was supposed to be my maid of honor instead of my best friend, and how she deserves it more than her. This completely caught me off guard, and to be honest, I don't even know how to respond. I tried to apologize, but ultimately told her it was my decision, and that was that. She got kind of quiet and I assumed she accepted it and that this would be the end of it. But no, she decided to bring our mom, who's also a bridesmaid, and dad into this. They both sided with my sister, basically saying family always comes over friends. I feel like I made the right choice by making my best friend my maid of honor. But I'm starting to think I should just fold and give the title to my sister to squash the drama. Am I the a-hole? Edit. There is no tradition in my family of the sister being the maid of honor. My mother's sister wasn't her maid of honor, and my sister didn't express explicit interest in being the maid of honor. She has a very busy life, and while we are, or maybe now we're close, she hasn't been overwhelmingly involved in the planning of the wedding. She helped with the color scheme. That's about it. I feel like you're definitely not, like, okay. I feel like you're definitely not the a-hole. I feel like there's no, like, thing set in stone where your sister has to be the maid of honor. Like, it's not, like, the fine print and, like, inviting your sister to the wedding, or, like, just having a wedding in general. In fact, I don't know a single person whose sister was their maid of honor. Actually, I don't know a single person's maid of honor. But I feel like, it's not set in stone. And like you said, it's not a family tradition. So I don't know why she's tweaking, because you also said she never showed any interest. I feel like, rightfully so, your friend should be the maid of honor, because she's the one who's been giving it her all and just been, like, helping you every step of the way for the last 10 months. So I feel like she deserves it more than your sister. She only helped with this color scheme. So I don't get it, why she's making such a fuss. And then to bring, like, your parents into this, that's, like, childish. That's childish. So she's busy, so it's like, how are you gonna, like, bro, she's tweaking. I feel like why are you doing all of this just because you weren't the maid of honor? I'm very confused, actually. I think the only way I can understand this is if she thought that she was gonna make you her maid of honor when she gets married as well. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, so maybe that's just her belief. But she never talked about it with you, I don't think. So I feel like you are definitely not. In fact, your sister is, because it's like, why are you making a big fuss over the fact, like, you're still a bridesmaid. Like, you're not just a guest. Like, you have a role. But, like, it's not sounding very good. Like, you're just, I'm not liking this. She's genuinely, like, tweaking. Like, I don't know. But with that being said, that marks the last one. You're not the a-hole. Like, no one was the a-hole in any situation, which is good, I guess. I do want to see one, and I want it to be like, oh yeah, you're definitely on. You're definitely the a-hole. But no one's been the a-hole so far. So, that's good. I feel like everyone's tweaking. If you guys like this video, comment down below what you want me to do next, or if you want me to do another one of these. I really like making this one, just reading people's stories and giving unsolicited advice, because that's what I'm good at. And yeah. Yep. So see you at the next one. Bye.